Hi, welcome to Grandad on Enfield. Although it's after easing now, we're on a yellow weather warning for heavy rain, spot flooding, as well as you can see the leaves on the road. So it's going to be stock footage. I'm not going out on the bike on this. Call me a fair weather bike if you want, but it's just not worth it. So there'll be a bit of stock footage. I think it's from the time I got a test drive on the Harley Davidson Fat Boy. So, and we have something for the kids at the end, as well as the adults that are intrigued by Christmas lights. Well, I'm back there with a couple of facts and figures. The new Bullet 650, there's no price for it yet in Ireland, but it seems the cheapest place to buy it would be actually the USA. It's the cheapest place to buy it, followed by Italy, Spain, France, and then the UK. Now, I do have prices for the Classic 650, so, and the Classic 350. But I wanted to talk about VRT. This is why I can't really buy a bike from the UK and bring it over, especially since they left the EU. Now, it's actually very complicated and very personal as well, in a sense, I think, anyhow. But let me know what you think. Now, the Classic 650 in Ireland, I could only find the chrome and black one in the UK. In the UK, the Classic 650 in chrome and black is £6,649, which equates to €7,548. The chrome and black in Ireland is £9,499. That's nearly £2,000 difference. So I say, why not save yourself? Go over to the UK, bring one back. And this is where the problems begin, really. First of all, you need your personal public service number. That's your PPS number. This is access to everything, all your medical records, your travel pass, whatever you need. So you need to bring that. Now, bringing it in from the UK, as I said, they're considered a non-EU country now. You must complete a customs declaration at the point of entry. So that's normally the ferry point. You will be liable to pay VAT at the standard rate on the import value of the bike. Now, you have to remember this, the import value of the bike is not the price you paid, it's the price of the bike or car. They set the price. And additionally, a custom duty of between 6 and 8%, which means you're going to be paying 8% on top of that. Now, you have to do it at the point of entry. You need lots and lots of paperwork as well here. So it has to have a certificate of conformity. It has to have a logbook, obviously, receipts. I don't know why you need the receipts, because they don't take any notes. They set the value themselves. So that's at the standard rate of import of the value of the bike. Now, so you pay your VAT, which is 23% at customs at the port. Now, you can get a customs agent. They set the bike at the open market selling price, and that's set by revenue, and you have no say. So you have to hire, to avoid some of the headache, you have to hire a customs agent. But even with that, that's only the customs cleared. So after clearing custom, you must register your bike for VRT within 30 days of its arrival in Ireland. So here you have VRT set at, it's €2 per cc up to 350. And then it's €1 per cc after that. There's no VAT on VRT+VAT. So a 650 will be €2 per cc up to 350, that's €700, and then €1 per cc after that. So that's a total of that's €300. So that's a total of €1,000. So now already, without adding the VAT on it, which is 23%, that bike you bought for nearly £2,000 cheaper in the UK is actually just now just under £1,000 cheaper without travel. Now I questioned this as well because I was actually, when I bought the Shadow, I was looking at another Shadow that was just up the road from me really, but it was on a Polish plate. So the same goes for that, except the VAT on import. You will be still charged VAT, but you don't have to clear it at the point of entry. And that's important because you cannot buy a bike with an English plate in Ireland and then try and register it because you have no point of entry and you have no VAT for that point of entry. The only way to really do it is a bit cheating, but it's drive the bike over to the UK, then drive it back to Ireland, and then declare it at the point of entry. So this is the part I don't like. This is now, like I say, this is for every bike you bring into the country, or every car. The first part is only from the UK. So what you need to bring with you, you'll need to bring your driving licence, a utility bill dated within the last 6 months, an official letter with your PPS number on it, like a tax bill or anything like that, an up-to-date bank statement. So I questioned this. I rang him and I questioned. I said, look, yeah, right, look, but I'm just going to cross out all the figures. Not that I have millions in the bank or thousands or anything like that. I just don't want to be given a government agency, which they actually aren't a government agency, my detailed bank statement. But they say, no, you can't do that because it's to prevent money laundering. Why would you go through all this hassle for money laundering? But anyhow, that's their... so none of it can be blacked out. You have to give a full bank statement. Now, paying for it, they'll only accept up to €250 worth of cash. So you have to use a card or cheque or whatever, but mainly it's mainly a card now. Now, my problem with this is the NCT Centre, which is our national car test, is actually owned by a Spanish company called Apple Plus. Okay, so though they're working for kind of on a government contract, they're actually a freestanding company themselves in Spain. None of the money goes to Ireland, only what they pay in taxes and stuff. So that's another business gone out of Ireland, not like in the UK where you can go to your local MOT centre. We don't have that. We have a national car centre. It's run. They do no repairs. They just test the cars. So you're going into this place, you're giving them your bank statement. Now, everyone knows how dangerous this is because even just saying it sounds stupid. You're giving them your driving licence, your PPS number, your bank statement, which you're told never to give out to anyone, with none of it blacked out, so all the accounts, all the ins and outs are on it. Then you pay by card. Now, I'm not accusing them of anything, but just when you think of it, you're actually... How do we know what they have rigged up to the card machine? There might be a camera over it, there might be something inside it. We don't know. You're not supposed... It's bad. And the government... Oh, loads of places have been hacked. I'm getting phone calls from France and Netherlands and God knows where, with warnings about my bank. They're all scam calls, but you're putting another one out there. So that's really the whole point of this is it's not really worth importing it. Like I say, the 750, I was looking at the Shadow Honda 750. It had 30,000 miles on it. Mine has only 9. It was in fairly kind of rough around the edges, but nothing major, you know. But the problem with it then is that I'd have to bring it for VRT. I'd have to bring it to get custom, and I'm not willing. I don't want to be giving the government. All right, then I have access to it already, but do you really want to be giving them all that information to someone you don't really know? I don't care who they are. I don't care who they work for. You're giving your driving license, a utility bill. So you're giving them your PPS. That's your date of birth, and everything is on that. A tax bill or some other government bill. And these all have to be within the last 6 months, and your up-to-date bank statement in full. That's all your numbers, everything is on that bank statement, as you know. So it's just really the $2,000 is that you would save on a brand new bike by buying it in the UK. That's gone. It's just not worth it. It will actually work out dearer. So that's my 10 cents worth. That's why you can't be really bringing in a UK bike anymore. I used to do it. All my bullets, bar one, I think, and I've had about 6 or 7 of them. All of them were from the UK. One was actually from India, and it had no paperwork. But I actually sold it to a fella that didn't want paperwork, so that worked out well. But so there it goes. It's just not worth doing. So thanks anyhow. And next week now we'll be doing a Christmas lights thing, so you don't have to listen to my voice or anything. And I've worked out a way to do the auction better than I did last time. I know it was but it was my first time. It was a bit long and a bit overdrawn and stuff. But I've worked out a better way to do it to make it quicker and less talk in it and just more pictures of the bikes. So that's it. Next week, beware, there will be flashing lights. So if you're any condition that doesn't allow you to look at flashing lights, beware of that, and I'll see you again. Okay, get home, ride your own ride. Thanks, Grandad and Enfield.